Hello everyone, how are you? Hope you all are safe and being in a home or staying in a home, because as we are dealing with the pandemic, so stay home and stay safe. Use sanitizers and wear mask regularly if you are going out. Today I am with a new topic, that is Samhita. Which Samhita? Especially as I am dealing with the Kamarabhrutya topic, so first I will go for the Kashyapa Samhita. One by one we will go through the Samhitas, but as the preference is especially mine, because as I am the Ayurvedic pediatrician or the did my post graduation in the department of Kamarabhrutya, so my first preference will be for the Kashyapa Samhita. So today we will see the introduction of Samhita. What is this Kashyapa Samhita? Who is especially who is this Kashyapa? He is the main founder of Kashyapa Samhita, and especially he is the father of Ayurvedic pediatrics, right? He is the father of Kamarabhrutya. So what is this Samhita and how it came into existence? Let us know today. Especially not only about Samhita, particular about contribution of Kashyapa in department of Kamarabhrutya, sorry, in the field of Kamarabhrutya. Already I made the separate video has the contribution of Kashyapa in Kamarabhrutya. You can go through that for contribution. Here I am going to deal with the Samhita, particular chapter, what all they will include and how they explode it. Especially it will be helpful for the students who are going to write the PGCET, that is AIA PGET, who are going to write the CET exams for the PG. It will be helpful for them by keeping in mind that point, and also to explain our Samhita, the main basic classical texts of the Ayurveda, thought to make these videos. So today we will see the introduction. Okay, so the present existing available Kashyapa Samhita probably belongs to 6th century BC and written by Vriddha Jivakya under the guidance of his preceptor Marichi Kashyapa. The present Kashyapa Samhita is probably belongs to 6th century BC. Okay, and this Kashyapa Samhita have the history, how this Samhita came into existence. The history as follows. After obtaining the knowledge from Brahma, Maharshi Kashyapa transmitted knowledge of Kamarabhrutya to other rishis. As in olden days, the Guru Tattva was following, right? Gurus were giving knowledge to their Shishyas. As we will go to school now and we will take the knowledge from our teachers, like that same. In the olden days, Gurus were teaching their knowledge for the Shishyas, Rishis. So, disciples, Shishyas are known as disciples. And especially in olden days, the Guru's name or father's name, grandfather's name were repeating. Like that, the main Maharshi Kashyapa is transmitted the knowledge for the other rishis. Like this, in the group of disciples, a child Muni known as Jivaka, he was the son of Ruchika. He gained all knowledge of Kashyapa and Maharshi Kashyapa. He gained all knowledge from the Maharshi Kashyapa and he wrote the one book. Whole the knowledge of Kashyapa he wrote as a book. But a child, as he was a child, the other rishis not accepted it. They thought that he is a small child, how he can write the textbook. So the others didn't accepted his book, thinking as he is childish. So to surprise of all, this boy, what he did, this Jivaka boy turned out into an old man when he took a dip in Gangas and then other sages accepted his books. and he was called as a Vriddha Jivaka. When they didn't accepted his book as a small child, so he dipped in a Ganga river and came out in the form of old man. So then the other rishis thought that he may be the great sage. So they started accepting his book, and they all named him as Vriddha Jivaka. Like this, the book came into existence. But in course of time, this book was lost in a society, and Yaksha by name Anayasa somehow got a copy of this and perceived it. A scholar by name Vatsya from the pedigree of Kashyapa, that is Vriddha Jivaka, got the book from Anayasa and redacted it with his profound knowledge. Has the Vriddha Jivaka, that is Jivaka, that boy wrote the book, it was accepted by other sages after he becoming a old man, that is Vriddha Jivaka. But later that book was lost. However, the Anayasa Yaksha got this textbook, he perceived it, he reserved it. But later the pedigree means the next generation of a Vriddha Jivaka by name Vatsya got this book from Anayasa, and again he added his knowledge. Vatsya added his knowledge, and he added all the extra knowledge of his has a Khilastana, and again he republished it. In which century? In 7th century AD. In 7th century AD, this Vatsya redacted the textbook, old textbook, and added Khilastana in it. The present Kashyapa Samhita is the narration of Pandit Hariprasad Shastri based on the mutilated original text on Tala leaves in Pandu script lying with Pandit Hemaraja Sharma, where it is the Nepal Rajaguru. The Nepal Rajaguru have the textbook, the present narration. They in olden days they were writing on the leaves, Tala leaves, right? It was redacted, or it was narrated by Pandit Hariprasad Shastri. And another Kashyapa Samhita is present in Nevari script at Saraswati Bhavan of Varanasi. First one where it is Nepal, near Nepal Rajaguru, and another one is Saraswati Bhavan of Varanasi. And Yadavji Acharya of Bombay published another book under the name of Vriddha Jivaka Tantra. Many books printed in previous 2 centuries are missing. Because how they are missing? Because families destroy book after a Vaidya dies. Still many books are narrated, but few of them which were published previous 2 centuries are destroyed because the families were destroying the textbook after the Vaidya dies. Because if they wrote off and off, they were not continuing it, they were burning it. Which we are dealing with, that is Vriddha Jivakya Tantra. The present Kashyapa Samhita is known as Vriddha Jivakya Tantra, right? It was narrated with Yadavji Acharya of Bombay. So this was the history of our Samhita, how this Kashyapa Samhita came into existence, and specially why this Kashyapa Samhita is known as Vriddha Jivakya Tantra. Now we came to know the story why it got the name as Vriddha Jivakya Tantra, right? So next point we will see how many sthanas it have, which sthana, how many chapters it contains, and what is the main contribution of this Samhita to the world. That is maybe according to maybe for the Kaumarvritti or maybe in other fields. We will see in detail. So next point is the Samhita contains how many sthanas, how many chapters, right? So our Kashyapa Samhita contains 9 sthanas and 210 chapters in total. But as I said, it was moved from one generation to another generation, one pedigree to another pedigree, and in some centuries, some of the time it was fully lost, In the Sol schedule, some sthanas or some chapters we lost them. The explanation of some chapters are lost. So in present available Samhita, only 130 chapters are available, rest we are missing it. And especially what are the sthanas it contains? Sutra sthana, Nidhana sthana, Vimana sthana, Sharira sthana, Indriya sthana, Chikitsa sthana, Siddhi sthana, Kalpa sthana and Khila sthana. Here what we can see the extra, these all up 8 sthanas are normal in every Samhitas we can see, but specially Khila sthana is present only in Kashyapa Samhita, and it was added by, as we saw in the last slide, Vatsya added Khila sthana, and he added the missing portions of rest sthanas in Khila sthana. And Sutra sthana contains 30 chapters, Nidhana sthana 8 chapters, Vimana sthana 8 chapters, Sharira sthana 8 chapters, Indriya sthana 12 chapters, Chikitsa sthana 30 chapters, Siddhi sthana 22 chapters, Kalpa sthana 12 chapters and Khila sthana 80 chapters. These are the chapters contains in particular sthana, whereas the main contribution in this special contribution in this sthanas are that only, as I said, Khila sthana is specially found in Kashyapa Samhita, and Chaturabhadra Kalpa in Vasti. In Vasti explanation I explained, and it is in standard patterns of Vastis. It is one of the Chaturabhadra Kalpa is one of the pattern, right? You can refer my Vasti Karma in Children video. In that I explained this is one of the special contribution of Kashyapa in the field of Kaumara Vritya. And another special contribution is posology, that is dividing the drug dosage according to age and diseases, main contribution of Kashyapa Samhita. So these all are sthanas. So our next point is materials in Kashyapa Samhita. We saw these sthanas, which how many sthanas are present in which sthana, how many chapters are present, everything we saw, right? Next is material. In all sthanas, what the main materials are present? Khila sthana is extra added in Samhita, and the missing portion of other some sthanas are added in Khila sthana, and the main portions, 2 portions are explained in this Samhita. Especially what are those? Pediatric portion and obstetric portion, whereas in pediatric portion again embryology and neonatology are explained. In embryology, the 24 tattvas in embryogenesis and the Shadbhavas are described, and in neonatology Lakshana Adhyaya is explained, and Lehana Adhyaya, how the Prashana, Lehana, everything explanation of that, and growth and development of a children, Kshira Doshas, Vedana Adhyaya, the response to the of a baby, response of a baby when baby will be having or a child will be having pain, explained clearly in Vedana Adhyaya. And infectious diseases like Graha Rogas is explained, and diseases of children, particularly the particular diseases caused according to age in a children is explained, and dosage schedule of herbal drugs, how we will divide the dose, they explained in pediatric portion. Coming for obstetric portion, the gynec portions are missing here, as we lost the some chapters of sthanas. I think gynec portion is missing in that lost chapters, but other obstetric portion like infections in women, pregnant women, especially the destroying the fetus like Jataharni, they explained, and the diet chart, nutritious diet chart for the pregnant women, they explained, and normal diseases of women not related to pregnancy but when manifests in a pregnant woman like Kamla, Pravahika, Vata Rogas, they are explained completely, and Muda Garbha point is only mentioned, but the explanation is missing. And perfect terminology for Grahi Shula is mentioned in a Samhita. And the placenta previa, how the placenta previa will be, what are the description of placenta previa, they are explained. And the position of women during delivery, the type of positions they explained. And Sutikopakrama and Dushtajata Chikitsa, both they explained clearly. And last point is the wonderful kalpas in gynec practice, which may be used as especially Shatapushpa Kalpa, Lasuna Kalpa and Shatavari Kalpa. They explained these three kalpas in detailed manner in gynec practice. This was the just brief knowledge how what all points are covered in a Kashyapa Samhita and what all sthanas we have, just the introductory part of a Samhita. In later videos from now I am going to upload particular sthana and particular one chapter and its summary, what the chapter contains, what they explained, and how you can study the Samhita in a chapter voice. Okay, so this was the basic knowledge of Kashyapa Samhita. Okay, so this was the just introduction part of Kashyapa Samhita. Hope you all will get benefit of this. From now I am going to upload a chapter voice and according to particular sthana chapter voice explanation of Kashyapa Samhita. I think it will be helpful for PG students who are not only PG students, it will be helpful for PG students also, particularly the Department of Kaumara Pratya students and UG third year students, and especially for the AIA PGET exam going students, CET exam going students. If there is any advice, feel free to comment in a comment section box. Okay, thank you. Stay safe, stay home.